Hello and welcome to another The Race Zone channel video. Today I will preview probably the crucial stage of this year's Tour de France. It is the stage 16. It's an individual time trial and it will be a lot of fun. But before we start, I'll have to ask you for a favor. If you could please subscribe to my channel, it would really mean a lot, and it will bring you more interesting news about cycling and cycling content, information, insights. So thank you for subscribing. And let's move on to stage 16. It is a 22.4 kilometers long stage from Passy to Combloux. Like I said, it's an individual time trial, and we will probably see major gaps finally forming between Pogačar and Vingegaard. They are probably the two favorites to win this stage. We will look at the betting odds a bit later. Now let's look at the profile. So it starts in Passy, which is at 579 meters of elevation. Then we have a slightly uphill terrain to the 4.1 kilometers for the Côte de la Cascade Queue at 761 meters. Then slightly downhill to the first time check at Passy Chef-Lieu. Then downhill all the way to Solange, and rolling terrain for another 6 straight flat terrain for another 6 kilometers to Domancy. Then we have a second time check, and then the real thing of the day, Côte de Domancy, 2.5 kilometers at 9.4%. So a really nasty climb, the second categorized climb. There is the third time check, and then uphill terrain all the way to the finishing Combloux. So we have 3 time checks and the finishing line. Let's look at the climb now. Côte de Domancy, it's really steep. It starts with 7.5% in the first kilometer, but then it's 11 and 10% in second and third kilometer. So then we have a bit of like a flattish terrain, 1.6%, and then to the finish 5.6 and 5.9 to the finishing Combloux. Now let's look at the map. So here we start in Passy. Then this is the first climb. Here is the first time check. Then they are going westwards over the bridge. Then here is that rolling terrain. Here is the Domancy climb and the finishing Combloux. So what is important here is that we are going to look at the weather forecast. So it's going to be really hot in Passy until 2 o'clock approximately, 34 degrees, but then it's going to rain. So that can mean that maybe we will see the favorites ride on the wet roads, but probably the rain will dry up by the time they start, because they are starting at around 5. Actually, Vingegaard starts exactly at 5 o'clock. And the wind will not be a major problem, 3 meters per second from the southwest, as we can see here. So here is the finishing Combloux, and it will be like slightly slight wind from the southwest, so probably nothing important for those kind of riders, and considering that most of the favorites are starting at the same time, so there will not be a huge impact from the wind tomorrow. As we can see, it's only 3 meters per second. Now let's look at the start order. So Michael Murkov, he starts first at 1:05. Then those guys are starting with 1 minute of difference, 1 minute and 30 seconds of difference between them, all the way to the last 20 guys. And starting with Jonathan Castroviejo, we have 2 minutes of this difference. Then Buchmann, Landa, Pino, Pitco, Gal, Martin, Godou, Yates, Bilbao, Kuss, Hindley, Yates, Adam, Rodriguez, and Pogačar at 4:58 and Vingegaard at 5. So I think that those two are favorites to win tomorrow's stage. I think that Vingegaard looks to be like better when they're riding alone, when riding in a time trial. So I will pick him to win tomorrow, but I don't know how big of a gap he's going to make to Pogačar. He now has 10 seconds in front of him, and then I think maybe he will get another 20 seconds. So let's look at the GC standings. Vingegaard still lead, like I said, in front of Pogačar. Then Carlos Rodriguez 5 minutes 21 seconds down. Yates only 19 seconds behind him. Jay Hindley moves into actually drops into 5th at the 6:38. He's really feeling the consequences of his crash. Subcas is 6th. Bilbao, Yates, Godou, Martin, Gal. So battle for the top 10 is once again on. Both Martin and Gal are not great time trialist, but I still think that Gal has the edge over Martin in the high mountains and that he will in the end finish in the top 10, but we will see probably another breakaway attempt from Martin, so everything is possible, and it is going to be an interesting battle as well. So let's look at the odds at the end. So like I said, Pogačar and Vingegaard are the favorites. Pogačar at 2.2, Vingegaard at 2.3. So like I said, I think the edge goes to Vingegaard. I think he's like a better time trialist. He doesn't have the acceleration of Pogačar. That's where Pogačar makes the difference between them. But once they are all alone, I just think that Vingegaard has the slight edge, and at 2.3 he's a good chance to win tomorrow. Wout van Aert is in a good form, of course 6.2, but I don't know how much he's spent, so those three are probably first three positions in the end. Maybe Cavagna can like make a surprise. Mikkel Bjerg, I don't know if he will be even allowed to go and do it all out, because he's going to be needed on his domestic duties on Wednesday and also on Saturday, so we will see. I expect a thrilling stage. Whoever wins tomorrow is probably going to be in the yellow jersey, and then we will see the second place rider attack on Col de la Loze Day on Wednesday and then on Saturday. So very interesting final week in front of us. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell me who you think is going to win, who do you think will be in the yellow jersey tomorrow. Have a great day and bye.